families. Wait till you see one that we met in Lansdowne, Delaware County.
Everybody in for supper.
Supper time for Lou Siegel, his wife Marcia, and even their kids is not one of your typical family meals. It's more like a banquet, because Lou and Marcia are the proud parents of 19 children, and 12 of these kids have been adopted. Marcia, you started out wanting 6 children.
Right.
Ended up with 19.
Yes.
Now, I know a lot of people are sitting at home right now and saying, why? Why do you people want 19 children?
Why not? It's that simple. If you've had 2 children, you've had double joy. Just keep multiplying that joy, and that's what we have.
It all began in 1959 when Lou and Marcia met and married after an 11-day courtship. From the beginning, they agreed they loved kids. By 1966, they had 5 children, 2 girls and 3 boys. Then doctors told Marcia it was unlikely she could have another baby. So the Siegels decided to adopt another daughter, Pam, who's now 13. 2 years later, what Marcia thought was a case of the flu turned out to be Sammy, the Siegels' 7th child. Number 8, Mikey, was another surprise. But for Marcia and Lou, 8 was not enough. Over the next 5 years, they adopted 11 more children, including 2 full families, 3 sisters and their brother from Virginia, and 3 boys and their 2 sisters from St. Louis, giving them the grand total of a dozen adopted legal Siegels. You have adopted entire families of children. Is that important, do you think?
I think it's very important. There is a definite need for families to adopt sibling groups. The sibling group is like any child. They want love. They're just a group of children instead of an individual. They don't want to be separated. They've had so much taken from them. They were taken from their parents, from their families. And how could anybody think of separating them for another time? And so to us, it's our need to keep these children together because most of them, even in foster care, are not living together.
You not only adopted 11 older children, you adopted a blind child as well. How did the other kids react to that?
Better than I did. The initial idea scared me. And when I discussed it with the children, as far as that the child did have a handicap and he was blind, their reaction was, so what's the problem?
Excuse me, Travis.
Travis, when you first came to live here, were you frightened?
Kind of frightened because, well, I don't think I had been in such a big house before. And the kids, there was just too many of them to keep track of.
But after 4 years, Travis not only feels at home with his brothers and sisters, he can rattle off their names in less than a minute.
Shelley, Stephen, Brenda, Harry, Sharon, Becky, Jack, Paula, Michelle, Melissa, Eddie, Billy, Travis, Darren, Pam, Jim, Sam, Yvonne, and Mike.
Hi, whose turn is it to do dishes?
Not mine.
With kids ranging in age from 22 to 8, keeping things in order in the Siegel household is no easy chore. So discipline is part of everyday life.
I think you have to really control a large family with a lot of rules. You know, and I think that in this day and age, we would be considered very strict. I think I'm even stricter than my father, and I used to think my father was kind of tough.
Can they smoke?
No, no.
Can they drink?
No.
Date whoever they want?
No, they don't do whatever they want. They do whatever I say. That's right.
They pay attention
It's
to
called
you?
democracy. Whatever I say goes.
Oh. And in this democracy, everyone has a job to do. Preparing meals, setting the table, washing dishes, packing lunches. Even grocery shopping is a family affair. It isn't easy making ends meet, especially when grocery bills can average over $400 a week. But one thing's for certain, they'll always have dessert, since Lou is the owner of 3 Dunkin' Donuts stores in the area.
Is that it then? $1 and a nickel?
Some of the older kids work on the weekends, you know, to earn a little extra money, and I think I'm tougher on the kids at work than I am on the other employees, and I expect more out of them because they're my children. But they know they have a job to do just like the other employees do, and if they don't do their job, they hear about it. And I think we fired them several times, and we've rehired them several times.
Sam, you've got 13 more to go. A lot of my friends tell me that, oh, your father only adopts just so he can get workers for his shop, you know. And I took all that with, you know, oh, well, let them say what they want because I feel good about it. And I love the idea of having 1,000,001 brothers and sisters, you know, to lean back on. You get mad at one, there's always another to pick your pieces up. So I like it, and I really don't care what they say.
Lou believes in running a tight ship, both at work and at home. But as in any family, there's always time for fun. But besides the good times to share, there are also times of pain and even tears. Just last August, one of the 19, Becky, was killed in a bicycle accident. She was the Siegels' first older adopted daughter. At Becky's funeral, instead of a eulogy, Lou read a special goodbye to his daughter.
The first 13 years of your life, you were a forgotten child. Look around you now, Becky. You have more family now that loves you than most people have in their full lifetime. You will always be loved and never be forgotten. Goodbye, Becky. We love you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
When I look, you know, across my table and I see the laughing and the joking, and I realize these brothers and sisters are together because we adopted them, and now they're part of our family. And I know that our joy will just continue on in years.
What a group. They're really something, aren't they?
Yeah, they sure are.